Hello, my sunshine, and welcome to a new episode of the Hot Girl Morning Podcast. I am so excited to have you here for this very special episode, talking all about habits that will help you to create the life of your dreams. And these will not be your typical habits that you have heard 1,000 times before. No, these will be habits that will truly, truly help you manifest your dreams, transform your life. And these are so powerful, and I can't wait to share them with you. If you don't know, my name is Greta. I'm an accountability and empowerment coach, and on this podcast we talk about all things personal growth, mindfulness, self-love, manifesting your dreams, and becoming the best version of yourself. If these topics sound interesting to you, make sure to follow this podcast and rate it. If you feel like a friend would really enjoy this podcast, make sure to send it to them. But without further ado, let's get into today's episode. Today, it wasn't my recording day, but I just felt so inspired to talk about this. We're getting into the cozy vibes. I have to wear a long sleeve today. Like when I'm looking outside the window, I can see snow on the mountains. Like this is crazy. Like what is going on? But besides the point, today I took some time to kind of reflect about habits that truly changed my life, because I'm so grateful with the life that I have created for myself. And I feel like my approach to habits, my approach to routines, rituals is quite different than the typical self-improvement bubble, which I don't know. I feel like it's often you have to wake up at 5 a.m. and you do your meditation for 1 hour and your exercise for 1 hour, and then you eat your I don't know what it is, and then you have to do this, and you have to read 365 books in 365 days, and this is not my approach. So before I will share the habits with you, I want to share with you a bit on my philosophy of creating your dream life and what it entails. So what I truly focus on is about creating a feeling. So basically getting clear of my dream life. Where do I want to go? What's the kind of feeling that this future version of myself feels? And then creating that feeling already within the now. Because I feel like it's not just only about doing the thing and doing X, Y, Z, but it's about creating that feeling, really manifesting that higher version of yourself into your reality. And that is part of what I believe in. And also what I want to add to that whole conversation, doing these habits and building routines and all of this, how I see this is as an act of self-love. And often when I see other people approaching habits, they want to do 25 different habits a day. And don't get me wrong, this was me some time ago. It was couple of years ago. Like I want to implement all the things and do everything and all day. And what I have realized for me, I want to build habits out of an act of self-love towards myself. And I don't want to follow my habits out of a force. I have to do them. I feel like I'm not disciplined. I'm lazy if I don't get them done. Like this is not the kind of energy that I want to portray. I am building these habits because I love myself, I love the potential I have, and I want to create something good in my life, and I want to feel good. So I will also not be the kind of accountability coach who is forcing you to do something every single day when it doesn't feel right for you. Don't get me wrong, there are times where you need to push yourself. In general, I work mainly with women. So I work very much with the cycle. And I believe that we have different energies. And yes, it is important to also be disciplined and to do the things. But not out of, if I don't do them, I feel so bad. I feel like, you know what I mean? Like this forced energy. But really, and out of an energy of self-love, I love myself. I want to create boundaries for myself. I want to take care of myself. And through seeing these habits more of an act of self-love, they do not feel forced. Like I have been journaling basically every single day for the last 7 years. And this is not something that is like something that I had to force myself to. It was just something I created such a feeling around it that it was so easy to do and felt just so natural. So what I want to tell you with all of that is building habits doesn't have to feel like a pain. It could feel like a joy if you see it as an act of self-love towards yourself. And one more thing that is really, really important to me is taking aligned action. Doing habits that feel aligned. Because out there, people are telling you all the different habits that you need to do every single day. But if these habits do not feel right for you and for the way you're working and the way you are, then this doesn't have to be your path. So many people tell you to be successful, you have to wake up early. People are different. Maybe you're a morning person, maybe you're a night owl. It is about figuring out what works for you and what you want to do. I will give you habits that you may not have heard about before or that are just a little bit different than the typical habits. Some of them might feel really good to you and you feel like, I really want to do this. And some might not fit into your life. And what I want you to recognize with all these kinds of videos telling you what to do and what not to do, you get to decide what feels right for you. And I don't want you to feel forced to do any of these things that do not feel aligned with you. So one thing that I think is so important is to learn to connect to yourself, to become present, to listen within and to realize what you want to do. And it's okay if sometimes before you don't know if something feels right or not right, then you can try it out. But I don't think there's any harm in trying something and not following through when you realize this is not right for you. So this is also, I think, one kind of perspective that I have that is a bit unconventional, because people are telling you always have to push through. No, if you realize that something is not good for you, then you're allowed to kind of stop yourself. It is not about, I'm like letting your ego voice and the fears just decide, okay, I just don't feel like it. But truly listening within to your intuition, to your heart. Does this feel good to me? Does it feel good long term when I think about the life that I want to create for myself? When I think about the dreams that I have for my life? Okay, so this was now a bit about my philosophy. It is so much based on creating a feeling, doing these habits and rituals out of an act of self-love and not self-hatred where you have to force yourself. It is about feeling aligned and doing what feels right to you. And there is no rule out there that you have to do something that other people are telling you. It is about figuring out what feels right to you. Like, I want you to really get in tune with what feels right to you. But now, let's get to the habits. I actually took some notes today. Like, this is the first time in months, I think, where I have taken notes for an episode, because I just like to talk and ramble, and you seem to really like it. But for today, I really thought I want to write some things down. And one more thing that I want to mention before getting into all these habits, these are not habits that are taking a really long time. You don't have to spend 5 hours on your morning routine. Like, if you want to and if it feels good, please do so. But just know that all these things are really easy to implement, and I don't know, it can take you maybe like max 30 minutes a day to do these things. Like, it really depends on how you're doing these things, but time shouldn't be an issue. As I said before, I'm focusing on creating a feeling. So the first habit that I want to get into is called visualizing. Yes, you have probably heard about visualizing, but I think this is one of the most powerful exercises you can do to manifest your dreams. Of course, first of all, you have to be aware of what is your vision, where do you want to go. But still, I think this is so powerful. I think I have done on this podcast so many different visualization exercises before. So you just have to kind of scroll through to find something. I will actually link something in the show notes. This is like a future self meditation. If you're struggling to know like what's your vision, what do you envision for your life in general, then you can first listen to this so you have a better imagination on how that looks like. But let me explain to you visualization a little bit more. This can mean, or at least for me, the way I am implementing this is taking 2 minutes in the morning to close my eyes and to really visualize my dream life. I'm visualizing how I'm getting up and what I'm doing in the morning, and I'm going up to the ocean, I'm working on my business, and I'm doing all the things. So basically it is really unique to whatever dream it is. But basically what you're doing with visualizing is not only you see pictures in your mind, or you're just thinking of pictures in your mind, or whatever it is, however you want to visualize, but it is really about getting into this feeling as if you're living right now, in this moment, today, this dream reality of yours. So it is not just about, okay, let's think about this. Okay, how could I do this? Blah, blah, blah. But it is really about, okay, let's feel this feeling. You're waking up in the morning. You feel the first sun, how it's called, I have no idea, like the sun on your face, and it feels warm. And you wake up and you go up to your front porch and you see the beautiful ocean, and then you take some time, you put on your yoga pants, and then you go up to the ocean and you try to get really into that feeling. So with that whole visualizing, I think it's really important to, on one hand, be aware a bit of how your vision looks like. For me, it is, as I said before, more about that feeling. The vision doesn't necessarily have to manifest one by one the way I'm seeing it, but this is the feeling I'm creating, and I want to go towards that direction. So it's important to be aware of, number one, what's the vision you have, and number two, what's the feeling you want to create. And for me, in my vision, in my future life, in the life that I'm creating for myself, there's a lot of peace, harmony, presence, alignment, joy, adventure, confidence. There is a lot of impact. There's a lot of connection. And when I'm doing my visualizations, I really focus on creating that feeling in my heart. So it's about creating that feeling in the now. And I think I told you that before. You have the power to feel whatever emotion you want to feel right now. And that is the power of visualization. There are different ways to visualize in general. What you can do, and one thing that I have already now shared with you, is like close your eyes and imagine your perfect day. Something else to support you with that whole visualizing might be, okay, if you see yourself at an ocean, then put on some ocean background noise. Or what you could do is, I think I have shared some manifestation techniques with you before. I will just also link something in the show notes. Basically, I have written a letter for myself, and this is like from my future life. And I, as a visualization exercise, what you could also do is just read this letter to yourself. Or you could record a voice message that you're then listening to in the morning to help you really visualize this life. Why am I saying in the morning? I feel like the morning really kind of switches and changes your energy. And if you start with such an aligned, fulfilled energy where you're really creating that feeling, I think that is really, really powerful. So you can look into this. There are 1,000 different ways to visualize. There are guided visualizations that you can find online. But I think it can be as simple as that, as really just closing your eyes and really in detail imagine your dream life and start creating that feeling within your heart as if it is happening right now. Yes, visualization is so, so powerful. And I know there are some people out there who cannot see things in front of their eyes, like in their imagination. But what you can do alternatively, you can work with like vision boards. What I have done for myself also before is I found pictures on Pinterest that are aligned with the vision that I want to create for myself. And I found affirmations that are also aligned with that. And I basically edited a video together where you can see the pictures. And I was also doing like a voiceover with the affirmations that I was saying to really help me see that. So no matter who you are, visualization, it's just about the kind of way you find that works best for you. But it's so, so helpful to be aware of, okay, what's your vision and what's the feeling? Now moving on to habit number 2 that I think is so, so powerful in your journey towards your dreams. And yes, I know you have heard about gratitude before, but what I will be talking about today is called deep gratitude. And it is not about, okay, let's write down 5 things I'm grateful for. Okay, I'm grateful for my cozy bed, the cozy weather, my partner. I'm grateful for the friends. Nope. That is not the kind of gratitude we want to exercise and practice, because what we want to practice is so much deeper. What we want to practice, similar to the visualizations, is feeling the gratitude within our hearts. We want to truly, truly, truly feel the gratitude in my heart. I think also, regarding gratitude, I have recorded a podcast episode before that is like an exercise you can listen to every morning to feel more gratitude. But let me first explain this to you a little bit more. The kind of gratitude that we want to practice should be really, really deeply connected to our heart. And we should really, really deeply feel it, because there's a difference between, okay, I'm grateful for this, this, and that, to I am deeply grateful for the life that I'm creating for myself. I am deeply grateful for the amazing people in my life. I am deeply grateful for the opportunities that I am creating in my life. I am deeply grateful for always the support that I get from the universe. I am deeply grateful for the beautiful nature that is surrounding me. I'm deeply grateful for the healthy body I get to live in. I'm deeply grateful for all the opportunities that I get to create in my life and everything that is happening for me. I'm deeply grateful for all the challenges that help me become a better self. I'm deeply grateful to be on this journey to become the best version of myself. Can you feel the difference? Can you spot the difference between I'm grateful for XYZ to I am deeply grateful? And the kind of habits that I give you are not habits that you have to follow in one specific way, because as I said before, people are different. What might work for you might not work for me. So there are a couple of different ways how I like to feel deep gratitude. I think one of the easiest things that I like to do is when I'm on a walk, I will set a timer or just take 2 minutes to truly, with all my attention, with all my focus, go towards gratitude and really become aware of everything I am grateful for. This is a time where I will go a bit slower and really look internal, feel the nature around me, and get into this feeling of deep gratitude. It doesn't always have to be something super complicated and super complex. It can be as easy as that. Just wherever you are right now, focus truly on the things you're grateful for, especially also when in times when you're not doing well. Try to still see things that you're grateful for and just appreciate that they're still good things, because I know, especially in these times, it's sometimes really hard to see the positive things. And one thing that I find really interesting, the way I'm always portraying my gratitude, it's not like that I am not grateful for the challenges in my life or the things that are not going my way. I show gratitude to all parts of my life because they're trying to teach me something. So as I said, going on a walk, really taking 2 minutes to really feel that gratitude is something I really enjoy to do. Alternatively, you can put on a song that you really enjoy, and for this amount of time, you put aside your phone, you put aside all distraction, and really try to feel that gratitude and think of everything that you're grateful for. You can also really just write down 5 things you're grateful for, but what I want to invite you to do when you do that is to not just think, okay, I'm grateful for this and that, but really feel the gratitude deep in your heart. And if you're creative, you can probably think of 1,000 different ways to practice gratitude, but these are just some as an inspiration for you. And practicing these things every single day are so powerful to go towards our dream life. But now let's move on to habit number 3. I think I kind of already touched on this with going for a walk, but it is honestly nature. I think humans are meant to spend time in nature. They're meant to spend time outside. They're meant to be outside. I think we're now so used, I'm working on my laptop, I'm at home a lot of the times, but it's so important to get outside, get a fresh energy, get especially get your body moving, get out of that just sitting on a desk or laying on the couch, but really get outside. And I love my hot girl walks. I truly, deeply in my heart, I love my hot girl walks. And whenever I don't get to go on a walk, I really can feel it, like with my mental health, or it's just like I feel so much better when I go for my walk. And it doesn't matter if it's just 10 minutes outside. You need to make sure to get outside and maybe change the mindset that you have towards going for a walk. Maybe you see it, okay, you have to go to work, but what if you could see this walk towards your work as something that is truly, truly enjoyable? And if you don't know, the whole philosophy and mindset, or just the thought of the hot girl walk, is actually on this walk, you're giving yourself a pep talk, you're giving yourself all the affirmations, you're visualizing, and it is like you're walking towards your dreams. And going for a hot girl walk, like, if I'm being honest, my walks are not always that I'm doing like that whole pep talk for myself, but it is just a way to become so much more present, to listen within and just feel what is going on, and really getting outside and feeling that fresh air and really taking some time to take deep breaths is so powerful. Maybe you live in a big city, maybe there's a park around. Honestly, it doesn't matter if you're just walking through the city. Of course, if you have nature surrounding you, that is freaking amazing. But honestly, going for walks is just, that is like my reset. It's like every time after work, I need to go for my walk to truly just to connect with myself and just become present. And yeah, it's something that I really enjoy to do. But let's already jump into habit number 4. So what I have there for you is something that I have shared, I think, in my previous podcast episode. And one thing that is so important and that I recognize so much is that we need to learn to listen within to what our body needs, to what our mind needs. And something that also happens really easily, that after something happened, we realize it was too much. We didn't have the energy for this one thing. We said yes one too many times. We didn't set our boundaries, and it's already too late. And now you're just exhausted and done and stressed. And what our goal is not necessarily to get to this point. And to kind of create check-ins throughout your day to become present and to just be in the freaking moment. Because I know we often live stressful lives. We run from one thing to the next, and there are just a lot of things happening. But taking as little as freaking 10 seconds can be so helpful. So in what way do I do this? Like in the beginning, what I did was actually I was setting a alarm like every hour from 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. And every time my alarm rang or I put on like that kind of reminder, I took the time to take 3 deep breaths to really become present right here, right now. What I do then is 2 things. On one hand, I become aware of my body. So I become aware on one hand, how does my body feel right now? What does my body need? This just helps me kind of to ground myself and just be more present. Maybe my body needs rest. Maybe my body needs to stretch. Maybe I'm okay the way that I am. Whatever it is, I try to become aware of my body. The second thing that I do is I try to become aware of my mind. And I ask myself, okay, what is currently going on in my mind? How do I currently feel? And what I do then is also ask myself, okay, what does my mind need right now? Do I need a break? Am I really in this productive, effective mood? Do I need a conversation with a friend? Do I need to listen to a song? Whatever it is. You do not have to do this like really literally every hour but maybe doing this every second hour. In the beginning, this was really great for me because I learned the skill to listen within, to listen to my body and to listen to my mind, so I don't get to this point of complete exhaustion and overwhelm, and where I realized that my boundaries were overstepped. So find a way for you in your life to create some midday check-ins a couple of times, maybe like 3, 4, 5 times throughout your day, to take a deep breath, to feel within your body. How does your body feel? What does your body need right now? To feel within your mind. How does your mind feel right now? What emotions do you feel? What does your mind need right now? And then learn to give it to yourself. I feel like this is such an act of self-love, because this is on one hand helping you to become present, but on the other hand, it's also helping you to become aware of your own needs and what you need and what feels good to you, what is draining your energy and what is giving your energy. And now let's get to habit number 5 that will support you on your journey towards your dreams. And this is not something that you have to do on a daily basis, but the thing that you have to do at least is on a weekly basis. Something that we often do is we forget about our goals. We forget about our dreams, our vision. And this is also part of the reason why the visualization is so powerful, because this way, every day you remind yourself of the goals you have, of the dreams you have. And a weekly reflection is such an amazing tool to help you stop, to reflect about your past week, about what has been going well, what wasn't really going my way, how can I change this for the next week, and what steps do I want to take next week. So this is so powerful because you're really realigning yourself again with the goals. Are you going the right direction? Are things going your way right now, or do you need to change things? Because it's really also about being able to adapt, because maybe on day 1 where you have created your goal, you had no idea what to do on day 6, 7, 20, 25, 30, or 60. So it's really important to always be flexible and kind of realign, okay, are these habits really supporting me to go towards my dreams? Yes or no? If no, let's switch them up. Are the steps really getting me closer to my dreams? Yes or no? And I think this is also part of the power of the accountability and empowerment coaching that I do, because it holds you accountable and it helps you look again. Okay, am I going the right direction? What steps do I need to take to go towards my dreams? If you're interested, you can DM me on Instagram and I will send you a template for a weekly reflection. Just DM me on Instagram at greta.webhofer, at greta.webhofer. It is completely for free. I will probably just need your email address and then I can share it with you. But honestly, a weekly reflection is so powerful, and you do not have to have a business to do a weekly reflection. It can be literally just to look at your life and to look at where you want to go. This is so powerful. So to summarize again, what are the 5 habits that will support you on your journey towards your dreams and to really manifest your dreams? Number 1, visualizing, really creating that feeling within the now and becoming really clear on what's the life that you want to create for yourself. Number 2, feeling deep gratitude and creating space within your day to feel that deep gratitude. Number 3, we have the hot girl walks, to get outside, get into nature, and really give yourself the pep talk that you need. Or you can also listen alternatively to my pep talks if that is helpful to you. Number 4, we have the midday check-in. So within the day, learn to check in with yourself, with what your body needs and what your mind needs, because it is so important that we learn to set the boundaries and realize if you're going the right direction. And that is also connected to habit number 5, doing weekly reflections, really setting some time to sit down, reflect about your life. Are you going the right direction? What are the next steps that you need to take? And how can you make sure that you're really taking care of filling your own cup and taking care of yourself? These habits are truly really powerful. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of them. What are some habits for you that really support you towards your dreams? I would love to start a conversation in the comments down below. And thank you so much for being here. I'll talk to you very soon. Bye.